Hey, Jolie Gabrielle here, and today is Friday, November the 1st, and I would like to do another deep dive to help you meditate efficiently and effectively from a heart chakra place, the Anahata, aligning with the specific laws of the universe that can help us bring in more love, bring in more compassion, as well as always, more success and prosperity in our lives. It's easy to be spiritual. It's easy to be blissful when your needs are met, right? And when you are taken care of. It's much more challenging when we are out of sorts and out of alignment, not only with our purpose, but with this game called life on Earth, this planet. So I am a champion for humanity, also myself. And I know that oftentimes when we are embarking on this life and the more age we rack up, the more years that we're here, the more we get jaded, we can get bitter, and our heart becomes hardened. However, there's always a way out. So I want to sort of talk about what I spoke, the Manipura. That was my last video because I went over the law of will. Now, there's these laws that came in, like the law of responsibility and the law of will, that when I was doing my research, that aligned with the Manipura. However, these really aren't the main laws of the universe. There's 7, there's 12, there's 33, but we really want to keep it simple. So when we're thinking about the law of will, the law of action is so important, especially for the Manipura chakra. No buts, and when we take action from a loving space, it superpowers the Manipura even more. And especially when we're utilizing our creativity and our innovation and collaboration. Because when we think about that second chakra as well, that sits up under the Manipura, the Svadhisthana, that is also a chakra that deals in bringing in support. So not only is it sensuality and sexuality and pleasure, but it's also about magnetizing people in to help you reach your goals. So let's talk more about the law of action. These two chakras align with the law of action. The love that you have for yourself and your environment is enough to take intentional steps to manifest desires and bring goals into reality so that you can create love and prosperity, not only for yourself, but for those around you. And that's the importance of the law of action, moving in a heart-centered space. We want to bring these desires into reality. It really takes love, but it also takes action and clarity, right? This will lock in and empower the integration of willpower through compassion. It's not only nurturing me with food, but also what is it that helps me to stay motivated, that helps me connect with spirit, so that my willpower, when those days when I don't have, I'm not as motivated, I have a habit that sustains me. That's so important. So when you love yourself and you have compassion for yourself, you create systems that keep you moving. And then what does that build? That builds confidence and align better with your purpose. With constant forgiveness for self and others, because trust me, when we start to really hold on to things, it can derail us from our purpose, because now we get obsessed. Sometimes we get obsessed, but we can really worry. And I heard this person say that worry is worshiping the problem. So we want to move out of a place of worry or a place of, judgment and holding grudges into forgiveness, because that really opens up space. When we love ourselves, it is no problem for us to be disciplined and to do the things that is necessary for us to move our lives forward. So if you find yourself unable to move, unmotivated, it's not about you doing more. It may be about you doing less and really sitting with yourself and asking, what does loving me look like? Do you know how to have fun? Do you know how to comport yourself in this society and ask for what you want, to speak your truth? If these things are challenging, you might want to take some time and work those things out so that you can build upon them, because knowing yourself and self-awareness, self-love are the building blocks to your own personal power and to that higher self, your higher self, standing at the power position above your aura layer and your crown, because it knows what it's here to do. We've gotten off track, and that's okay. Let's get back on track. So will and determination is also an important part of this. Having the courage through a burning love. You want to have a burning love. And also the consistency, being determined. How do we become more determined? Determination runs very efficiently when we are clear about where we're going, when we are focusing on the end result, but then enjoying the journey. So whatever it is that you've decided, who you are, what you want to be, where you're going, be determined to get there. Map out a plan with love, like spend some time loving on your plan, loving on you, understanding that there's a huge part of you that wants you to win and to really focus on cultivating that. So practices aligning the heart and the solar plexus with the law of action, set clear and actionable goals. You want to set clear and actionable goals. We talked about the SMART goals, to find specific goals and break them into small, manageable steps to build confidence and momentum. This helps activate the solar plexus by giving it a clear purpose. Daily affirmations. Use these to reinforce willpower, such as, I love myself enough to take action towards my goals, or I'm empowered to create my reality. And repetition, practice, is what strengthens that solar plexus. So practice your affirmations, not just daily, but throughout the day. Reinforce that. Move your body and always visualize your success. I know that out here, especially in the technology age, a lot of people sit behind their computers disparaging, judging, criticizing, and bagging on people. That's just par for the course. That negativity is what we have to battle through sometimes to get to the gold. So continue to visualize your highest good throughout all of the mudslinging, throughout all of the judgment, throughout all of the criticism. This is your life. You only have one, and no one else is going to live it for you. So let them sit on the sidelines and judge you, because they're your audience. So let them encourage and motivate you to reach your goals, okay? The Anahata, the heart chakra, is located in the center of your chest. We know that it governs love, compassion, forgiveness, and connection. It's harmonizing with the universal laws that focus on unity, empathy, and unconditional love. Now, unconditional love is an interesting concept, right? Because in this 3D world, unconditional love is like a pipe dream. We know that this world has conditional love. Nevertheless, this is the purest form of it. So striving for it and reaching for it is filled with pure potentiality. So when we speak of unconditional love, that's another way of speaking of pure potentiality, right? So we don't want you to get derailed like there's no such thing as unconditional love. Think of it as pure potentiality. Once we tap in and know that we are permitted and allowed to work with this pure potentiality, then we can start to resonate with these laws. So the specific universal laws align with the heart chakra, and we're going to learn about what they are and ways to bring them into balance. So the heart is all about love and connection. So the law of divine oneness is a very important aspect of bringing in balance to the Anahata. So aligning with that and knowing that you are one with your fellow man, you are your brother's keeper, and things that have life kind of deserve your reverence and respect, So the law emphasizes that everything in the universe is interconnected. The heart chakra is the center of love and connection, aligning naturally with the understanding that all beings are unified. So when you think about that, it becomes much more difficult to do things that harm and hurt you as well as another person. In order to stop traumatizing yourself and others, forgiveness has to be we benefit by making forgiveness a daily practice. In the moment when we get angry and we lash out at other people, it could be verbally or physically. Usually after it's over and the high, we have come down, there's a lot of regret. That regret winds up creating scar tissue or spiritual scar tissue in the heart. The best way for us at times to really heal and balance our heart is to learn how to stop that behavior completely. Because we have a tendency in this society to apologize and then to do it again, and then to do it again and apologize and to do it again and to apologize as if that is going to make it right. But a true apology to someone means, I am not going to do this again. At the best, and at the very least, I am mindful that I behave in this way, and I will pay better attention to your boundaries in your presence, right? So, but we fail to build the skill set once we recognize what it is that we struggle with. So I'm here to help us learn that skill set. When you feel like lashing out to someone, abusing them, that's what it would be, take a moment and breathe. It is about emotional control. And oftentimes we get out of control because the lack of self-awareness and self-love. So breathing brings you back into your body and allows you to think about who you are, meaning whatever that person is doing or saying to you has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. It is coming out of their mouth towards you, but you do not have to take any of that on. Somebody can be calling you a blue streak, and none of that applies to you. So taking a moment to regulate your nervous system by breathing, calming your body down, allows you to stay in your body and articulate to that person, stop, you are violating my boundaries and I may get violent or I am going to lose it. Now, step 2 means if you are going to lose it, you benefit by stepping away from the situation before proceeding. When you do this, you allow for your heart and your nervous system to regulate, and then you begin to build a new habit. And you let your body know it is safe for me to build a new habit. This is when you sit in your heart and in a space of love, these decisions get easier. When you sit in a space of love and you're like, wow, this person is mad. I have compassion for them. They're really going through something. What they're saying really has nothing to do with me. I am none of those things. They are really off the mark. It's a whole different energy. And that's where we want to sit. So with the law of oneness, we can remember that. We can remember that that person and I are similar. I can have compassion for them, for their moment, just like I want them to have compassion for me. The law of vibration is the next one. Everything is energy vibrating at specific frequencies. We talk about this all the time. And so love, compassion, and gratitude are among some of the highest vibrations. And the heart chakra resonates strongly with these energies. When it's out of alignment, I touched on it earlier, but we're feeling a lot of resentment, a lot of rejection, and a lot of regret. And we don't know how to let that go. Feelings of when is it going to be my turn? Sometimes we can sit in jealousy and envy. It could sit here as well. However, you have everything that you need. All you've got to do is tap into yourself. And so how to do that is to focus on gratitude and love-based thoughts, especially about yourself. So when you find yourself feeling these feelings of not being enough, or feeling as if you don't belong. You deserve to be here. When you focus on gratitude and you see yourself where you want and you say, I love you, you work with that inner child, you have positive thoughts about your environment, you can really create a situation where you're vibrating high, just by being a person who's compassionate, forgiving, and kind. You set a standard. Some of the ways to kind of tap into this is to journal, a daily gratitude journal. We talked about this, as well as intentionally expressing appreciation to other people. Really going out of your way sometimes, not all the time, but to tell someone you really appreciate them and what they've done for you. The law of correspondence. What you give out is what you get back. So this law supports that our inner world mirrors our outer world. And a balanced heart chakra brings peace within, which then reflects harmonious relationships and external peace. So when you take right action and you make right choices for yourself, it just spreads. It's like it goes out into your environment because you're filling up your cup. And when you fill up your cup, you have enough to share with other people. So a practice to cultivate self-love and kindness within. Meditate on loving kindness. What does that look like? When we're in the Anahata, or the heart chakra, one of the best things to think about and to move us into this new earth is called the platinum rule. And that is when you treat others the way they want to be treated, not the way you want to be treated, because maybe people don't want to be treated the way you want to be treated. So treat people the way they want to be treated by asking them and respecting their boundaries and taking time out to study people instead of having to be at the front of the line or the one on the mic, or, maybe hang back and watch how the people that you love move so that you can better support them and show them your appreciation. So to align with these laws, it creates a grid, or like a practice, or we can put together a system which helps us get to where we want to go. So chakras are a system, the universal laws are a system, and once we get these systems integrated, wow, it's like no telling what we can create. But let's plant these little seedlings now so they'll grow within us on our journey. The law of compensation. And underneath this is giving and receiving. When we think about the laws of the universe and we think about our chakras, it's energy. So we want to stay in the energetic realm and then allow the spirit to show us the way to manifest that physically. So it's an energy we want to carry with ourselves, right? So the heart chakra is the center of generosity and reciprocity, right? So this law teaches that what we give, we also receive. We are rewarded for right action, mirroring the heart chakra's energy of balance, love, and connection. So giving and receiving is giving freely, whether through acts of kindness, a listening ear, or even small favors, right? While also being open to receiving those things back. It's like get clear, because the clearer you are, even around these little tweaks, the closer you start to get to your, whatever your unspeakable beauty is. It's just one step at a time. Receiving according to how we give, both in terms of energy and intention. It aligns through unconditional love, empathy, and kindness, which leads to emotional rewards. Understanding your chakras and your energy is what is going to help you maintain and get through some of these hard times and be resilient. I know it has done that for me. So give from the heart without expecting anything in return, and engage in random acts of kindness. These things are what can balance and really align that heart chakra. Really lead with love, basically, as much as you can. And when you get those irritating moments, just course correct by concentrating on your breath, bringing your awareness back into the center of your chest, grounding your energy. Now we can get to the law of relativity. So this law teaches that everything is relative, and challenges viewed with compassion and acceptance are the ones that are going to keep this chakra balanced. So you ask the Creator to make these challenges graceful and easy. That's the way to do it. We're all going to experience challenges. But in your prayers, you can ask for them to be made graceful and to be made easy so that they turn into opportunities. You see, plant the seeds, have the language. I'm learning that as well, the languaging around some of these things. Learn all the powerful lessons and what was really happening in the moment when you go through these past resentment, rejections, regrets, these challenges, when you come upon them and you see a pattern, like, ooh, let's take this lesson instead of continuing to go through this. The heart chakra supports this through its capacity for empathy, allowing us to perceive life's challenges with an open heart. So you want to practice empathy and non-judgment. Remember, unless it is your mate or partner or child, and even then, be very aware. How people are living their lives is really not any of your business, as long as it's not encroaching upon you. Give people the space to be who they are. Do you have to tolerate that? Absolutely not. You can go and move away and do what it is that makes you comfortable. Remember that we are sharing this earth plane with others. And maybe it's time for us to mind our business a little more. And if we're going to enter into other people's spaces, to do it from a loving and, I guess, compassionate space. Also, everyone's path is unique. So we want to reflect on the lessons within the challenges as well, and approach others with understanding and acceptance. So additional practices to help you are heart chakra meditations, really sitting in the heart and visualizing a pink or a green energy and seeing it expand from your chest out throughout your body, all into your cells, bringing health and wellness and love into you, because we know that love is the only thing that has the ability to transform. Also, nature resonates with the heart chakra. So going into nature and earthing, laying down on the grass and on the ground, and just visualizing all of the disease and illness melting into Mother Earth and turning into positive creative life force energy for anyone to use. Make a forgiveness practice for yourself. And when you forgive, that means you're not going to at least bring that situation up again. Really, if we keep going and pulling that into the present, we create more of it. So true forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, but it does mean, it's been put to bed. I'm going to go ahead and put that to bed and build a new habit and a new skill set to make sure I don't fall into that trap again. This cultivates deep empathy, harmony, connection, and it creates more love and more unity in your life. And when this Anahata opens, remember, love is the only thing that has the ability to transform. When we visualize our success and we really sit in the heart, it's like a 1-2 punch of love and action. The Anahata and the Manipura together with that creativity, because they're all stacked on top of each other, because we're all interconnected. And when you thrive, I thrive. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your day.